I Doesn't Exist is a free little text adventure game that I found on itch.io. I was browsing for a couple games and saw it in the new releases tab. It caught my eye instantly. It was alluring somehow, and I knew I had to try it. The game is not complete yet, but the experience just from the short segment/demo made me long for a full release. I'd highly recommend you check it out. When you start up the game, you are in a void. There is nothing, or rather, you see nothing. Green text begins to scroll, and you start to know your space a little more. You stay in your void until you look around and become aware of your surroundings. A note, a safe, a door. You read the note, but you still don't know what's happening. You walk over to your door, and then the screen fades in. The game describes the feeling of the sun on your face as you finally see your character. It feels like you're there as the vivid detail fills your soul. The music picks up and it sounds beautiful. It makes you nostalgic for something you can't know. It's happy and simple, and really sets the tone for your time here. As you move around this little world of yours, you can really get a feel on how lived it is. The trees partially obscure a far-off mountain range that you could almost touch if you tried. Ants walk along logs in a shed, scrambling around with unknown purpose. You can barely make out a lighthouse beyond the foliage and trees, letting you know there's a world beyond your limited area. Bushes line the surface and grass brushes against your feet. One of the first points of interest you find is this bucket hanging from a tree. It sways back and forth, and you can interact with it through the console. By inspecting it, you get this little description. A lonely bucket swings back and forth in the gentle wind. You aren't able to quite reach it with your hands. If you hit it hard enough with something to throw, it might fall down though. You've gained more information, but you still feel confused. What should I throw? Why would I need a bucket? But just standing here asking such things won't get you anywhere. So you move along. As you move right, you pass by many different things. A shower, a giant clock, a hammock, a radio, a campfire, a shed of wood. Many irrational, but still seeming to fit right where they are. Back at the beginning of the game, there's this little mushroom guy, who I might add is absolutely adorable. You can ask it about any object or thing you find, and it'll talk to you about it. Some of the events are really good at naturally sneaking in hints on what you should do. For instance, there was one where I needed to melt an ice cube to get an object out of it, and I just kept trying to put a log of wood in the bucket to heat it up, and place it on the ice. That didn't work, so I ended up asking him about the fire because I was certain I needed to use it somehow. The mushroom talks about how he's always wanted to sit by a hot fire and make some nice tea. He wonders where he can find some hot water around here. Instantly it clicked in my head and I knew exactly what to do. So I filled up the bucket with water, boiled it over the fire, and poured it onto the ice. Even though I had conceded into a hint, I still felt that I worked to find the solution, and it made me feel really good about it. Once you solve all the puzzles, you go back to your void, where you started off. The heart beats and you do not know why. You move and you do not know why. You pry open the safe and find a key. Small and unassuming, but you know that it is not. You can see your mushroom friend one last time and you say goodbye. You can lie down in a hammock under the stars. You can listen to the radio, just to take in what's around you. You can stand by the fire and feel the warmth on your body, and listen to the fire crackle and stir, just to feel its embrace. But you know what is to come. You might be scared, but the door is your destination. You've come so far, you can't just turn back. You make your way through your little grove one last time. You know you'll miss it, but you have to move forward. I know what lies behind that door, but that shouldn't matter to you. After all, I doesn't exist.